guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm live here with a manga review. I've been lacking last week. I lacked a lot on uploading videos. I promise I am back on schedule. Obviously this is a hobby more than anything, and I have to put all my effort first to my job and then to this. So, well, actually first to my family, and then to my job, then to this. So, anyways, our manga review today is brought to you by Yem Press, and it's Delicious in Dungeon, and this is the 4th volume. I actually finished this a few weeks ago, and I haven't had the time to review it with the anime season starting, and then with just being busy at work. It was so hard just to be able to review this for you guys, but I decided let's not leave it in the side for too long now, and I'm gonna finally review it. So we follow along Leo's or Lacio's, I'm not really sure how you pronounce his name, but he's basically the kind of like the main character, with Marcel or Mercel, who is the elf, and then the short guy is what is his name actually? I always forget his name, but you have this short guy who is basically the cook expert, and he's there in the front cover. And in this 4th volume, and I warn you guys, if you haven't read it, I might spoil some stuff for you guys, but in this 4th volume, they essentially encounter the Red Dragon. The Red Dragon is there in the back cover. You can see him there. And throughout the first 3 volumes, if you haven't seen my reviews, you can, but throughout the first 3 volumes, they're essentially looking for Leia's sister, who was eaten by this dragon, and they're in this essential world that basically, if you're in the dungeon, you're immortal to an extent. As long as they can find most of your body, they can revive you, and as long as most of it is not decomposed or something like that. There's certain rules to it. So the volume itself revolves almost the entire self in going and battling the Red Dragon, and then reviving Leia's sister, who is revived, and there was a kind of like a rock in the road, I guess you can say, or stone in the road, and anyway, she's able to be revived, and there's actually the first bit of piece of fan service. I mean, you can consider it fan service if you want, to the series, and every series has, to an extent, some type of fan service. There's always that beach episode or that bath episode, and there's just one chapter where basically she's revived and now she's all icky and dirty, so now she's bathing with Marcel. The other interesting part to this volume is the fact of how the character of Marcel is developed throughout the volume. You can learn more stuff, and I'm not going to ruin that specifically because I already ruined some of the parts of the volume, but I won't ruin that part. The elf herself, Marcel, is I don't know, she's developed a lot. Actually, all characters are developed in this volume, but her specifically, you find out more stuff. The other part to this volume that I really enjoyed is that they start with the 2 short characters. And I'm not sure if they're dwarves or not, but 2 short characters who you see in the 3rd volume, and they arrived above the dungeon, and they're talking to this lord, and they're kind of discussing what are their intentions for the dungeon, and you kind of see how the story is going to change and what direction it's going to be taken to. So the next volume, not sure when it comes out, but I think it's sometime pretty soon, and I'm excited for it. Hopefully I'm able to get my hands on it, and if you want to get your hands on this 4th volume, I recommend you to go down below in the description below. If you're watching it after this was live, you will see it in the description below, or in the comment section where you can buy this fourth volume, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm excited for the fifth one. Please go support the company, guys. It really helps the company produce more manga for us here, and a lot of people have gone to just finding it anywhere digitally illegally, and that's kind of a shame. But support the company here in the U.S., especially if you're in the U.S. or in your own country. So out of 10, this volume for me was probably the best volume. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this one was the best one for me. The first two were developing, learning about the story. The third one was kind of necessary information to get to the main point, and this is the kind of like the main point where everything was building up to. So the fourth volume is my favorite. So as of right now, I'm gonna give this one a good rating. And before I say it, I'm gonna say why I'm gonna give this one a really good rating. Really, one. If you see my videos, I am not a food manga guy. Those mangas and those animes bore me sometimes. Sometimes they just get me in a state where I don't even want to finish it or even give it a chance after the third episode or after the first volume. And second of all, Magic also. Magic's the same way. I do like some. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. Let's put it like that. I don't dislike it as much as the food genre, but a lot of the Magic anime and manga takes so long to develop a character to get to the point. Let's put an anime in perspective. A Magic anime, they take, out of the 12 episodes, because most of the animes nowadays 12 episodes, they take about 6 or 7 episodes for you to actually learn the entire world, where you're at, what the magic does, and stuff like that. And then the last 4 or 5 episodes are actually the actual story. So this one is not like that. That's why I really enjoy it. I really think it's cool. They have different levels in the dungeon. They have different characters that come from different backgrounds, and yet they don't spend so much time in explaining where you get bored, but they do explain where you're interested, and they don't put too much emphasis on the food, but more into the story that is surrounded by the food. So 9 out of 10 is my rating for this volume. Guys, I think it's worth it. This is my most favorite volume, and my rating might lower down on the next volume, but for right now, 9 out of 10, I think it deserves it. Again, if you want to go buy it, go check in the comment section or in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff for me. And guys, like always, don't be strangers.